Genghis Khan, originally named Temujin, was born around 1162 on the rugged Mongolian steppe, a vast, windswept plain where survival depended on strength, loyalty, and resilience. His childhood was steeped in hardship. After his father, Yesugei, was poisoned by a rival clan, Temujin's family was cast out by their own tribe. Left to fend for themselves, Temujin, his mother Hoylun, and his siblings faced a harsh existence, often enduring hunger, cold, and the ever-present threat of violence. As a young boy, he witnessed the betrayal and brutality of the steppe, lessons that would shape his own path to power. Even at a young age, he showed signs of unyielding determination. Once, he was captured by a rival clan, bound and held as a prisoner, but he escaped and returned to his family, showing a relentless spirit that would define his later conquests. Mongolia in Temujin's time was a chaotic mosaic of warring tribes, where power was fragmented and alliances were short-lived. His initial attempts to build alliances were fragile and fraught with betrayal. He secured an alliance with Togrul, leader of the Karaites, and with Jamuka, his blood brother and childhood friend. But the alliance with Jamuka quickly soured, leading to a bitter rivalry that would span years. In a decisive move to win loyalty, Temujin adopted a groundbreaking approach. He promoted people based on merit rather than birth. This meritocratic approach was revolutionary among the Mongol tribes, where family lineage often dictated power. It won him the loyalty of many warriors and allowed him to build an army that was disciplined and loyal. In 1206, after years of conflict, Temujin succeeded in uniting the Mongol tribes under his rule. He was proclaimed Genghis Khan, meaning universal ruler, symbolizing his ambition not only to unite the Mongol people, but to build an empire that would reshape the world. Genghis Khan then reorganized Mongolian society, creating an effective administrative and military system that prepared his people for the conquests that lay ahead. Genghis Khan's army was not the largest, but it was the most mobile, disciplined, and efficient fighting force of its time. The Mongol army was famously skilled in horseback archery, allowing them to strike with precision from a distance, while their swiftness allowed them to launch attacks, retreat, and then attack again unpredictably. But it was Genghis Khan's strategic genius that truly set the Mongol forces apart. He developed and employed a series of innovative military tactics. The Mongol warriors would pretend to flee, drawing the enemy into a vulnerable position. Once the enemy was scattered or pursuing, they would turn and attack, often with devastating results. The army was organized into units of tens, hundreds, thousands, and 10,000s. This structure enabled his army to act independently, yet in coordinated assaults. It created a level of flexibility and efficiency in battle that overwhelmed traditional armies bound by rigid hierarchies. Genghis Khan understood the power of fear as a weapon. Before attacking, the Mongols would often send envoys demanding surrender. If the city refused, they faced annihilation. Many cities surrendered without a fight, understanding that resistance meant total destruction. After consolidating his power in Mongolia, Genghis Khan set his sights on the powerful neighboring empires. One of his first major campaigns was against the Jin dynasty in northern China. Although initially deterred by the formidable fortifications and sheer size of the Jin territory, Genghis Khan's forces adapted their strategies to meet this new challenge, using Chinese engineers to build siege weapons and breaking the Jin defenses. After several years of relentless warfare, he claimed northern China, incorporating valuable resources and knowledge into his empire. Genghis Khan's most famous campaign, however, was his invasion of the Khwarezmian Empire, a wealthy Persian empire stretching from Iran to Uzbekistan. The campaign began as a trade mission, but when the Khwarezmian Shah executed Genghis Khan's envoys, he responded with vengeance. Genghis Khan's forces decimated the empire, employing a scorched earth policy and systematically destroying cities like Samarkand, Bukhara, and Nishapur. His reputation as a ruthless conqueror spread, and many cities chose to surrender rather than face his wrath. At the height of Genghis Khan's conquests, the Mongol Empire stretched across vast parts of Asia and into Europe, covering an estimated 9 million square miles by the time of his death. This empire was the largest contiguous land empire in history, reaching from the Pacific Ocean to the Caspian Sea. Despite the widespread fear Genghis Khan inspired, his empire was marked by surprising tolerance and progressive policies. Genghis Khan respected different religions and allowed freedom of worship within his empire. He understood that a stable empire required cooperation from diverse cultures, and he attracted religious scholars, craftsmen, and intellectuals from different regions. He continued to appoint leaders based on ability, a principle that contributed to the empire's efficient governance. This created a more stable administration and fostered loyalty among his subordinates. Under his rule, the Mongol Empire protected and revitalized the Silk Road, creating a period of peace known as the Pax Mongolica. This ensured safe passage for traders, and goods, ideas, and innovations flowed freely between East and West, including gunpowder, paper, and printing techniques. Genghis Khan died in 1227 during a campaign in western Xia. After his death, the empire continued to grow under the leadership of his sons and grandsons, eventually reaching as far as Hungary and Europe and solidifying its influence over most of Asia. The Mongol Empire would eventually be divided among his descendants into Khanates, including the Yuan dynasty in China, the Ilkhanate in Persia, and the Chagatai Khanate in Central Asia. Beyond the military prowess and territorial expansion, Genghis Khan's legacy extended to the fields of administration, culture, and global trade. His policy of religious tolerance influenced the development of diverse societies within his empire, and the prosperity of the Silk Road under his rule laid the groundwork for exchanges that would shape the modern world. Despite his reputation for brutality, Genghis Khan's emphasis on merit, loyalty, and innovation created a legacy that is still studied and admired. His impact on global history is profound. He reshaped political boundaries, influenced cultures across Asia and Europe, and laid the foundations for the globalization that would come centuries later. In Mongolia today, Genghis Khan is celebrated as a national hero, symbolizing strength, unity, and resilience. His image can be found on currency, statues, and in popular culture. Genghis Khan's life has been the subject of countless books, films, and academic studies, with scholars and historians continuing to debate and uncover the intricacies of his character. Was he a brutal warlord or a visionary ruler who transformed a fractured society into a global power? This debate underscores his complexity, leaving us with a figure who defies simple categorization. As a figure of history, Genghis Khan offers timeless lessons on leadership and the challenges of ruling a vast, multicultural empire. His life reflects themes of resilience, adaptability, and strategic brilliance. From his early life of hardship to his remarkable achievements on the battlefield and his innovative governance, Genghis Khan remains a powerful example of how determination and vision can reshape the world. Through his actions, he demonstrated both the destructive power of ambition and the enduring impact of leadership, leaving a legacy that continues to inspire fascination across cultures and generations.